Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new Ninjago video here on the channel. My name is TannerFishies. In today's video, we are going to be ranking all of the Ninjago Elemental Masters from best to worst according to my own opinion. It's been a minute since I've done a ranking video, and since we have some new Elemental Masters that appeared in Ninjago Dragons Rising, I figured now could be a great time to update my thoughts on all of the Elemental Masters that we've seen so far. So here we have the tier list featuring all of the Elemental Masters that are human. I use the word human very loosely. But yeah, here we have the tier list. I will be linking this down below in the description. Feel free to check it out if you so desire. But overall, we are going to be ranking all of these characters on the tier list according to how much I like their character. Not so much how much I like their power. That'll probably be coming a little bit later. Instead, this will be a strictly character-based tier list. For our tiers, we have A tier, B tier, C tier, D tier, F tier, and the Who Are You tier. Because let's be honest, some of these characters don't really have a character, and as such it's not really fair to rank them among some of the more established characters. So a lot of the unknowns, they're going to go in this tier right here, the Who Are You tier. But overall, that's what we're going to be doing for today's upload. Again, this is just according to my own opinion. You have been warned, opinions are going to be prevalent in today's video. So without further ado, let's dive into it. So starting off with the first Spinjitzu Master, master of pretty much every element with some exceptions. This guy's pretty cool. I'm going to put him in C tier though, just because I'm not super convinced that he's an actual character. I mean, we hardly know anything about his personality or what he's all about or how he treated Wu and Garmadon, aside from like various stories told from Wu and Garmadon. So it's hard to rank him accordingly because he doesn't really have a character, but he does have a very mysterious and legendary presence. So I'd say C tier. Next up, we have the Overlord, Crystal King, whatever you want to call this guy. Either way, Master of Darkness. I'm going to give him the B tier, just because I really like him as a villain, but of course he is, you know, just the stereotypical evil for the sake of being evil type of villain, but I do like his power. I like how he always comes back and makes a statement, so B tier in my opinion. He's one of the better villains in my opinion. I know a lot of people don't like the Overlord, but I like him a lot. All of the ninja, I think it's safe to say that all of the ninja are going to get A tier, just because they are all very good characters, they are very established characters, and compared to literally all of these other guys, I think it's safe to say that all of these characters can achieve the A tier, again, just because they've been around for years, we know them, we know all about them. In terms of how I would rank them though, obviously Cole is my favorite, there you go, followed by Zane, then I'd say Lloyd, then Jay, then Kai, then Nia. Yeah, let's go with that in terms of how I'd rank the ninja from best to worst. So again, Nia being the worst doesn't mean she's a bad character, because look what tier she's in. All I'm saying is that this is how I would rank the ninja. Next up, Master Wu. Yeah, let's also give him the A tier. I do like Wu a little bit more than some of the ninja though. In fact, I'm gonna put Wu right there. I think he's better than these four ninja. Garmadon is better than a lot of other characters too, so in terms of his placement in the A tier, I'm going to say right there. Yeah, I like Cole a lot. Cole is probably my favorite Ninjago character, but Garmadon is a very, very close second. Ash, the Master of Smoke. Very interesting character. We saw a lot of what he was about during Season 4. I think I'll give him C tier though, just because we're not super familiar with his character, aside from the fact that he's very snarky, and he does have that rivalry with Kai to an extent, so I'd say C tier for Ashy boy over here. Bolobo! How do I feel about Bolobo? Probably C tier as well, maybe even below Ash. The Master of Nature, I think his power is pretty cool, but his character, I like Ash a little bit more, so I'll say right there for Bolobo in the C tier. Camille, I like quite a bit, and this might be, you know, this might be kind of a biased list, because of course it is, because it's my opinion, but I've always really enjoyed Camille, and the fact that she finally has a minifigure now, that just makes me like her 10 times more. So B tier for me. I think Camille is a really cool character. Hope to see more of her. If you guys want to read more of her, check out the storyline Amber Spiral. She has a pretty big part in that story. Euphrasia. Might be kind of a controversial opinion. Euphrasia is the new Master of Wind, of course, and a lot of people don't like that she replaced Moro, even though Moro's dead and is probably not coming back. But Euphrasia, I like quite a bit. I'm going to give her the B tier above Camille. Like I've said in my Dragons Rising coverage, I really like Euphrasia. I think she's a very welcome addition to the Ninjago lineup, and I feel like she could even surpass Moro one day. But of course, that remains to be seen. Gravis! D tier for Gravis. I mean, who even is is Gravis. We know a lot about him, so I'm not going to put him in the who are you tier, and I don't think he deserves the F tier, but come on, D tier, I don't know much about you, dude. Griffin Turner, he's pretty cool. I'll probably give him the top of the C tier. I like his personality a lot. I'm just not really like super into his character, you know? I'm not a huge fan of characters like this with that personality, so he kind of reminds me of like a lesser Kai, and look how lower Kai is compared to all of the other ninja. So yeah, Griffin Turner, he's cool, but I'm not the biggest fan of him. I'll put him in the C tier though. Jacob, Master of Sound. Yeah, I'm going to give him D tier as well. He can hang out with Gravis in D tier. I just don't really care for him either. His design doesn't really appeal to me, and I'm not a huge fan of him as a character either. In Tournament, he kind of annoyed me, to be honest with you. Karloff is amazing. He's going in the B tier. Probably above the Overlord. I love Karloff so much. He just has the sweetest personality, and I love that contrast with him and his elemental power of metal compared to how sweet he is on the inside. I think Karloff is an excellent character, and I want to see more of him. Bring back Karloff. Moro, great villain. He's gonna go in the B tier. Probably next to Euphrasia, honestly, for right now. I like Euphrasia a little bit more than Moro, I must say. Moro as a villain, though, very, very good villain, but at the end of the day, I like these other characters a little bit more. Even Euphrasia. Again, might be kind of a hot take, but it's my opinion at the end of the day. It's just my list and my own opinion. I know that Moro fans are probably seething right now. This guy, what's his name? Pale Man? Mr. Pale, the Master of Light? D tier. I'll put him at the top of D tier, though. I don't really know a whole lot about this dude. I mean, yeah, Pale Man, he's not the most memorable Elemental Master, and he's only memorable to some degree because his minifigure is so hard to get a hold of, so I'll say D tier for the Pale Man. Nero, I'm going to give Nero the C tier. I do like him a lot more than Griffin Turner, though. Actually, you know what? I'm going to bump him up to the B tier. I will put him above Camille. There we go. I like Nero a lot. I like how he helps out the ninja a lot, especially during Season 4 and Season 9. So, yeah, B tier for Nero. I like his character quite a bit, actually. Shade, the Master of Shadow. Yeah, this guy can go at the top of C tier. Master of Shadow, Shade, Shadow, whatever you want to call him. I don't know, guys. He's just an okay character. He's very average compared to everybody else, so I'll put him at the top of the C tier, which is the average tier. Skylar. You already know she's going in A tier. I'll put her above Zane. How about that? I like Skylar a lot. I think, again, read the Amber Spiral story. I think she's very good in the Amber Spiral storyline with Camille as a backup character. And overall, in the Ninjago series itself, Skylar is just such a cool character. Especially during Season 4, Season 9, and most recently in Ninjago Crystallized. So very good character, I'd say. Definitely A tier for me. Sora. How do I feel about Sora? One of the most recent Elemental Masters, the Master of Technology. As of right now, I think she still has a long ways to go, but I'll put her in B tier, probably right there. She can be at the top of B tier. I think that Sora is a pretty great character so far, but I want to learn more about her in Dragon's Rising. So I really hope that as the series goes on, the series expands on her character a little bit. We already know a lot about her backstory, but I want to learn more about her as a person. So as of right now, I'll put her at the top of B tier. Tox, I like her a lot. I'd say, you know what, top of C tier. Top of C tier for Tox. I like her a lot. Her design is super cool. She seems to be pretty helpful and pretty noble, so I will say C tier for Tox. Not much else to say about Tox. She is pretty cool, though. Next up, the Time Twins. Acronix. Can never remember which one is which. Acronix, the younger of the two Time Twins. I will put in B tier as well. Probably right. We'll put him below Moro. I like Moro more than the Time Twins. So, but I do like Acronix quite a bit. I like his hatred for technology and being the younger brother, the one out of time. I thought that was interesting to see in Hands of Time. Crux, on the other hand, I did say this one was Acronix, right? This one's Crux. Like I said, I can never tell them apart. Crux, I don't like as much, but I do think he is more or less on par with his brother. Again, Crux being the older one, he's a little bit more grumpy. I like that quite a bit. He has some history with some of the other Elemental Masters, which I do enjoy. So I'll put him right there in B tier for right now. Again, this list is subject to change eventually, but as of right now, B tier for these two guys. Wildfire. I like her a lot too, actually. One of the newer Elemental Masters in Dragon's Rising. I will put her in the B tier. I'll put her maybe right there. Yeah. Nah, right there's good. Right there's good. Again, subject to change. Once we learn more about Wildfire, she might go up or down for me. But as of right now, I think she's a cool character. Very much a wild character, hence her name. And I like her power. The Heat Elemental power, I like it. A lot of people don't like it. I think it's pretty interesting, and I'm sure it's only going to evolve with the future. So I'll say B tier right now for Wildfire. Niad, the original Master of Water. I'll say C tier. She kind of reminds me of a lesser first Spinjitzu Master, so C tier for me. We saw her a little bit in Ninjago Crystallized, kind of hanging out with Nia for a little bit, and we know a lot about her in terms of backstory and personality, but like I said, she's kind of like a poor man's first Spinjitzu Master, so I'll say C tier right below the first Spinjitzu Master. The original Master of Ice, I think, is super intriguing, just because of his story and how he passed on his power to Zane, so I will say C tier for this guy too, probably right below Niad if I'm being honest. I'm not sure about his personality per se, but I really like his story and again his history with Zane, what he had to go through during his final moments, so I'd say C tier for the original Master of Ice. Jay's birth mom, the Master of Lightning here, aka Liber. How do I feel about her? I'll put her in C tier as well. I like how her personality definitely shines through a lot more than the original Ice Master. You can tell that she's related to Jay, absolutely, and I really adore that. So I'll say C tier for the original Lightning Master here. Lily, Cole's mom. Yeah, great character. I'll put her in B tier though. Probably right there. Yeah, that's a good spot for her right there. I thought she was really cool from what we saw of her in flashbacks, and I thought she was really sweet to Cole. You can see a lot of her personality shine through with Cole. So again, B tier for Cole's mom, Lily. Next up, we have Kai and Nia's mom, Maya. And if you guys know me, you would know that I really like Maya. So I'm going to put her in the A tier. Do I think she's better than Nia? As a character, Nia definitely has more growth and development, so I will put her right there for the time being. But I really like Maya as a character. She's super bubbly, super sweet. I liked her a lot in Ninjago Seabound, and I thought she was a really good Master of Water from what we saw through flashbacks in Season 4. So I will say A tier for Maya. Ray is also pretty cool. I don't like him as much as Maya, so I'm going to put Ray in the B tier. I'll probably put Ray right here, right next to Lily. Actually, let's do that. There we go. That feels a little bit better right there. I like Ray a lot, though. Again, a lot of that personality we can see shine through with Kai, and I think as a Master of Fire, Ray is totally fine. I just don't like him as much as Maya and all of these other characters. This character, for those that don't know, is Skylar's mother, and from what we saw of her in Amber Spiral, we didn't really get a whole lot about her personality, so I'm going to have to put her in the Who Are You tier. I was going to say C tier, but we literally don't know anything about her aside from the design, and we have no idea what happened to her. So that'll be the first one for the Who Are You tier, because I literally know nothing about Skylar's mom. Again, check out Amber Spiral if you want to hear more context surrounding Skylar's mother. Next up, Cole's grandfather, aka Lily's dad, aka one of the Masters of Earth. I don't know, man. I mean, we saw that this person betrayed the Alliance, so I guess I'll put him at the bottom of D tier. We have no idea why he betrayed the Alliance, what was going through his head, what Chen said to him that convinced him to betray everybody, so I'll say D tier. This guy, who I believe is the original Master of Gravity, yeah, who are you? I don't know you, person. I like your design, but I know nothing about you in terms of your personality. This person, the original Master of Shadow, again, who are you? I do like her a little bit more than Gravity Man, though. I like her design a lot, but I just don't know anything about her. This guy, the original Master of Sound, yeah, I don't know you, sir. This guy, I further don't even know you. I don't even know what element you are, sir. I'll probably do a video about him soon as well. I have a little bit of a theory regarding what his power could be, but I will save that for that video. But again, who are you? These two characters. This guy is the original Master of Amber, the first Master of Amber, I'm going to put him in the C tier right there. Just because we got a little bit more of his personality, and his backstory essentially goes as according to Amber Spiral. He was super jealous that he didn't have an elemental power, so he stole a bunch of other powers and made his own, that of course being Amber. So Amber was not a power from the first Spinjitzu Master. Amber was essentially just built by this guy, who was essentially just a big jealous baby. So bottom of the C tier for me. And finally, you know, Dareth really isn't an elemental master, but I figured if I did not include him, I would probably get a bunch of comments being like, why didn't you include Dareth? He's my favorite character. He has an elemental power. Well, guess what? F tier is reserved especially for him. I hate Dareth, and I do not feel sorry, so F tier for Dareth. I don't like him. He's dumb. And overall, guys, that'll just about do it for my Elemental Masters tier list here. This is how I would rank them, I think, from best all the way down to worst. The Who Are You tier, I don't think that really counts because, again, we don't really know a whole lot about them. But, again, figured I'd include them so I don't get yelled at. And speaking of getting yelled at, I'm sure there is someone that I forgot. You could argue that Dragon should be on this list. You could argue that Wajira should be on this list. But honestly, I kind of wanted to keep this humanoid members only. But again, you could add other characters to this as well. If I forgot any characters, or if there are any characters that I should have added, feel free to let me know down below in the comments. But with that being said, guys, that'll pretty much wrap it up for my thoughts here. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Leave all your thoughts down below. Who is your favorite Elemental Master, or who is your least favorite Elemental Master? And once again, this tier list will be located down below in the description. Feel free to check it out if you so desire. With that being said, though, guys, thank you so much for watching. That'll pretty much wrap it up for my thoughts here. If you guys enjoyed this one, feel free to like and subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and I will talk to you guys again very, very soon. Peace.